Hey guys, it's Sean here from the XMR channel. Just wanted to do a video. Basically what I started realizing over the last little bit is I'm starting to get some suspension sag in these Fox Podium Shocks. So these aren't the factory 2015 XMR shocks. They're actually the Fox Podiums that you can buy out of the catalog. Just give you guys a shot of them. So I've cranked the preload all the way up. I'll show you the back here as well. And wanted to do some measurements before and after. So what I want to do actually is take the stock springs that are on this 2015 XMR and swap those onto the Fox Podiums to see, if I can gain any extra ground clearance. So what I'm going to do is I'll take a measurement basically from the ground to about midway, we'll say here. Get a measurement in the front, go ahead and go to the back, do the same thing. And then we'll also go ahead and do ground clearance. We'll do that both front and rear. So the bike has no extra weight in it. It's got half a tank of gas. And see the front here. So I'll just put the camera down and I did some measurements initially. I wrote it a little bit, come back, and I'll just make sure to double check and see where we're at. So, hi guys, welcome back. So I've done some measurements, and basically what you're looking at is the front. That's the middle of the bike. Ground clearance is about 13 1/8 of an inch, and the rear is about 13 1/4 inch. The rear wheel opening, that's dead center of the opening, it's about 36 3/8. And the front wheel is about 36 3/4. So it's it seems to be a little higher in front than in rear, and that's definitely not normal for an XMR. You should see the rear end of these things jacked up considerably. So I know that's where I'm getting my sag from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take tires off, get these shocks taken off. Get the springs unmounted, and then we'll do a little comparison of the springs, just show you guys if there's any difference between the Fox Podium springs and the stock XMR springs. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. So got all 4 springs uninstalled, and I also got my factory shocks and springs from the 2015 XMR. These were never actually installed. The podiums were put in the first day I got the bike. First thing I wanted to check, these are the front. Yeah, these are the front. So I don't know if you can see that part number. I'm gonna try to get in there. So it's 706-201-268. So I went to look up this part number. This is actually a Renegade XXC spring. Went ahead, got these guys. This is a 2015 XMR front spring. Let's see if I can zoom this in for you guys. So 706-201-769. This is for the 2013, 14, 15, 650 XMR and 2015 800 XMR. I can tell you guys right away that the coils are bigger than the standard XXC, and you can actually, you can just tell. I don't even have to get a little measuring device on it. I can tell right away. Being that that's a Renegade spring, bye-bye, that's getting out of there. So we're going to go ahead and swap these XMR springs over. I'll also show you guys the rear. Let's get the rear part number off these here. This is just in case someone is in the same predicament as me, or maybe has a Renegade and wants to get some extra clearance. Let's go here. So we're 706-001518. So those are the springs that you're going to want to order. All right, guys. So I'm going to go over, get these on a spring compressor, get them off, get them swapped, and then I'll come back once I got them swapped. All right, thanks. All right, guys, we're back. So we got the XMR coils on the Fox Podium shocks now. Renegade springs are off along with the original shocks. What I can tell you about the XMR coils versus the Renegade is not only is it thicker, like I previously said, there's also one extra coil on the XMRs. So yeah, and you could just tell they're a beefier coil. I think this is going to turn out really good. Basically for adjustment, I left about an inch. So I've got about 6 inches on the back shock with an inch left. And on the front, I believe I've got 4.5 inches with an inch left of adjustment. I'm going to try that out. If it's too stiff, I can always back them down, but I'll just try that as my base setting. I want to crank them all the way up. But yeah, so we'll see what this is like, guys. And excited to get them on, and we'll go for a ride and then do some measurements. All right. All right, guys. So the install is done. So give you just looks pretty much the same as the other one did. You can really see with the axles now, though. I'm going to get you guys the measurements here in just a minute. Went for a ride, a little stiff. Definitely those Renegade springs on there were a pretty cushy ride. It's back to being a pretty bumpy, stiff one right now. But I mean, that's to be expected. The tires, everything just gets, every hole you hit kind of you feel. Yeah, so let's take a look at the measurements I just did. So the front before was 13 1/8. That's for ground clearance. I went 1/4 inch. We're at 13.5. So we're right where we need to be now. The rear was 13 1/4. We're now at 14 1/4. I might actually dial those springs down a little bit. We're gonna see. I'm gonna see how much they. This is the first time we took a small ride with it. We'll see where it sits after, but yeah, I might bring that down a little bit. It is a little bit rough. Rear wheel, middle of the opening, 36 3/8. It's now 37 1/4. Front wheel was 36 3/4. We're now at 37. So the front gained about 1/4 inch, but the rear gained substantially. I really had it was really sagging at the back, and now it's probably brought it up close to, I guess, or maybe even a little higher than what a stock XMR is. Maybe for some of you guys who do have stock XMRs, 2015, even the 2016, if you want to maybe measure and give me the measurements, just so I can kind of see where I am as far as adjusting. Like I said, I gave about an inch on the collar for adjustment. I thought that'd be enough. Front is definitely good. The rear, though, I'm probably going to have to dial them down a bit, but I wouldn't mind if someone could take some measurements and let me know. But anyway, I want to make this video because, there's nothing out there about these podiums. I heard a guy talking about swapping springs, kind of gave me the idea, and just want to get you guys. I'm going to put everything down below as far as part numbers go. But this would be a good swap for guys with Renegades that maybe want to gain some ground clearance but don't want to give up travel. And after seeing these stock shocks and how small the travel really is on these things, it's just pathetic. The podiums have way more travel than these. Much better shock, and also a lot lighter. You wouldn't believe how heavy those stock shocks are compared to how light those podiums are. There's a big weight savings there too. But anyway, just wanted to put this out for you guys, and tell me what you think in the comments. All right, take care.